Hey YouTube, I am doing a review on my ICS CXP-16 Long. This will be actually the second one I will be doing because I'm making this channel especially designated for airsofting and airsoft gun reviews, you know, all that kind of stuff. Let's look at the build of the gun. It is basically an HK416 with two exceptions of the anti-slip polymer sights and the ergonomic pistol grip. Specs about this gun include 400 to 440 FPS with the hop up all the way down with a .2 gram BB. It has a range of 150 to 200 yards, maybe even 250 if you're lucky if you have your hop up and your heavier gram BB in there. The cost of this rifle is $300 for the Sportline model, but you can get it around the holidays like I did for around $200, $210 on sale. I got mine on evec.com. The ideal usage for this is actually a field model with a longer barrel than that one as such. However, you can use it for CQB, which I do, because it's of course right in between. It's not like any DMR like an M16 or your M14. You could even use it in almost any situation, so whether you're turning corners really easily or going flat out in the field behind trees and stuff, then this gun will get the job done. The retail price for all of the items on this gun is actually about $450. A lot, I know, but if we go from the suppressor down, I can explain. This is a $30 suppressor, which I traded my old one in for. This is my Walther flashlight. Can't really see it with the light glare, but it traces down here, and I have the button that came with it, $40. This bipod grip that comes with the gun. Your double mag clamp, which is roughly 15, and your 1-point sling, which is 15. Now, of course, the trades that I got, I did some trades for that Walther light and for the suppressor, and really all of my stuff besides the gun and this 1-point sling here was all thanks to GCB Airsoft at Cool Combat in Lexington, North Carolina. They are the absolute greatest airsoft store I've ever been to. Now I've been to a few of them, and I can tell you that they are the best for dealing wise, for prices, and for your variety of selection. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention in that previous clip, being that I'm using YouTube Capture, is the strike grip, which if I can take this off, then you can see ICS's logo. There you go. There's the strike grip, so you can hold it at the mag well, of course. And if any of you have noticed these tags back here, that's just because I tested it CQB legal, if you were, wondering by any chance. Oh, and couple actual major features I forgot to mention with this. A few. Wow, can't believe I forgot these. But you have your spring tension release right here. So say if you had it wound up on semi or hadn't fully gotten that round out of the chamber, you hit this right here, your forward assist, and it is going to release your spring tension, which is ideal for after any war or little game. Also, you have your ergonomic grip that came built into the gun, which molds to your hand really well, has rubber right here. And the last thing I forgot to mention, besides this enormous rail space that of course is custom to M4 416 AR platforms, is your split gearbox design. Now you see right here, when you take this apart and you pop your pin out, and it disassembles just like any AR platform, and you can easily swap out the spring. It has a little quick spring change. And if you're wondering, the hop up isn't here. It is down for more hop up. which I found a bit ironic. Your battery storage is back in the buttstock. You can see a wire right there. But what you do is you just take those two springs out, and then you can pull it right off and slide it in. The stock is 6 position, and I have a little clover sticker from my previous Airsoft group for the past few years. This gun has an insane rate of fire. It is beyond a lot of stuff I've seen, and when I actually used it yesterday, it's when I realized it at Cool Combat that the rate of fire is intense, when I was actually looking at some other guns around me. Another great pro to this gun is being that it is ICS. I have no idea why, but being that it's ICS, the battery lasts for days, weeks, months. I had it sitting over on my desk for like a month and a half. Battery was still up there. I put it on the smart charger. It only took like a few minutes to charge. So that's another great thing. You don't want to be running out of your battery. Speaking of battery, it is a nunchuck butterfly battery, as you could probably see by the SOPMOD stock. Now, enough of the pros, but I am sadly going to have to tell you the cons that are actually not close to bad. It's heavy with all the attachments, of course, your 2 loaded magazines here, and your giant rail system, but it is heavy. It is probably about 11 to 12 pounds with all this stuff on. Of course, I have my 1-point sling that helps me keep it on and take a lot of weight off. But, I mean, it's not necessarily a con to all people, so you can always have the weight on there, but there's only so much that you can take off. The other only con that I could think of, and I had my next clip waiting for about a minute trying to actually think of another con, is that these rails are sharp. I mean, like, cut meat with them sharp. Actually not that sharp, it's more like a really dull chainsaw. But yeah, they send you the grip pod with it, so you really don't have anything to worry about unless you just have an itching to get your hand on these rails. Then I recommend buying a rail cover, some rubber ones maybe. And once again, in between clips, I sit for a couple minutes pondering what the last con would be, and it would be the polymer body, which is not necessarily a con because Airsoft GI, not my favorite site, but they have tested it on their custom M4s that polymer bodies can drop 10 feet up in the air and still survive the drop. It wouldn't be as durable as metal, but I mean, really, if you're going to be in any situation like that, unless you're trying to snipe with this thing from a tree, or a large tower, or fortress, or castle, or space shuttle. But anyway, if you're, in your standard CQB or just out in the woods, you can drop it, nothing's going to happen. It's not that it's not going to. Going on about the polymer body, again, now, as I said, it was 10 to 11, 12 pounds. Now, imagine having that being steel or even any form of metal. As compared to the polymer, this would really increase the weight. It would probably bring it up to 13, 14. So just imagine 13, 14 pounds for your standard 416. For any viewer out there also wondering, this is not blowback. It is just your standard non-blowback, which is also another reason why it probably conserves your battery against your blowback. And I've had blowback M4 before, and the blowback completely eliminates the battery. It's crazy, and it shakes your internals up, also destroying your gun from the inside out. And just in case you should be to wonder, this is the flash hider that it comes with. It is the birdcage flash hider, or as they call it, the G2. It has a little chip up in here, but on the real one, that's just to eliminate the flash so you don't get noticed. By taking it off, I just took some adjustable pliers. No heat involved, no hair dryers, no nothing, no lighters. and I just twisted it, and then it came right off, so I could add on that. Here's just a couple other flash hiders I have. This one right here is in fact the birdcage flash hider, only it's in cast iron. And this one I recently got at the game that I was playing. I don't really know what it's called, but I found it really intriguing, so I picked it up. It's $18 at GCB Airsoft. That is right next to Cool Combat in Lexington. And, you know, I had just enough money to buy something, so I felt like getting that. And this is the birdcage flash hider in cast iron, which is what I used to use until I picked up that suppressor yesterday. And I picked up this, not even sure what this is, but GCB Airsoft had it at Cool Combat in Lexington. So, being that I had $18 on me, they gave me this flash hider. I just got it because it looked rather lethal, because it has the points on the front, and it kind of like cuts off right at the center, but as you can see, it's hollow. Well, thank you to those of you who spent your time to watch this entire video. Hopefully I could help you out with something. If you have a question or would like to see more of this, then please comment, and I won't get around to it. I'll look at it almost directly the day of. But yeah, I'll take a look at it, and then I'll put another video up of whatever you want to see. I'll definitely have a shooting test up at some point in time, hopefully soon. I have been meaning to get one up on my other channel, but just never got around to it. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and the like button, then that'd be great. Also, comment what you thought of my video, if I need to do anything better, or need to elaborate on anything else. Alright, thanks.